everyone. I just couldn't get through Halloween without making a set of the Sanderson Sisters. So today I want to show you how I did them. If you enjoy this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks. Today I'm using the same wood cutouts that I did for my pumpkin and ghost video. If you haven't seen that, I'll put a link at the end of this one. And these I just bought at a local store, and it's a piece of wood painted white, about 10 inches by 6 inches, and the corners are rounded off. If you want to cut your own, coat it with some white paint. If your paint's kind of shiny, you can use clear gesso over top of it to give it a little tooth to bite onto. I have 3 of my shapes ready to go, so let's start sketching this out. And today's pen color should be green because, well, they're witches. To start out, I'm going to draw the 3 shapes, and I'm just roughly drawing them here. And so we have our 3 shapes going down, and we'll pretend that they're all the same size. This is just a rough sketch. The basic layouts of the bodies will be the same. The differences will be in the details between the 3 sisters. So each of them will have an oval face, their own unique hair. So like Winnie will have, we're giving her some curly hair, and then her arms are down at her side. She's got a waistline and a skirt, maybe some ruffles at the bottom, not sure. She's got more of a high top blouse, and so we'll just give her a face with her 2 big buck teeth. Yeah. And so for Mary, she's got that hair that sticks up, so we'll kind of curve it over to the side, and her smile goes on the side, which is cute, and she's got that little wart on the side of her face. Her arms the same, and she wears kind of a vest and an apron, so that's what she'll look like. And then lastly, we have Sarah. She's got the really pretty face, with the mouth and the little beauty mark there, and the beautiful blonde long hair. Her outfit is going to be like the pinks and the purples and reds, and she's got that sweetheart neckline, and her skirt is really kind of full and flouncy. So yeah, there's our sketch, and let's start drawing them out. So I put my block down on a piece of paper here so I can draw this out, get the exact size down here, and all 3 girls are going to be the same size and shape. My assumption with this was that this was a 2x6, and I forgot that 2x6s weren't exactly 2 inches nor 6 inches, so I first started drawing this out, sketching it, assuming it was going to be 10x6. In reality, the size ended up being 10 by 5 1/4 by 1 1/4. So not a big deal because I drew it straight onto the paper, and I can just adjust from there. So along the long edge, I'm going to draw some horizontal lines, so I'll make some markings here. The first one I'm going to measure down is going to be for the shoulders, and that'll be at the 3 1/4 inch mark. Next, from the top, I'll measure down 5 inches total and make another line there. And then I'll go down to the 6 1/4 inch mark and make a line here. And to get the placement of the hands correct, I'm going to come up from that bottom line 1/2 inch. And make my line across. So after placing all those marks, I'm going to turn my ruler and make a mark in the center. This is where I realized that the body was not 6 inches, but it's fine. Just, it's 5 1/4, so half of that, and I made a mark. I'm taking my straight edge, and I'm just going to connect those lines across. So we have the shoulder line and the waistline, And then I'll do the 2 lines for the wrists and the hands. And I didn't have to take those all the way across because I don't really need the lines in the center. I measured in 1 inch from each side to make the arms, and then I'm just going to take my straight edge and draw those straight down. I'm not taking them all the way up. I'm going to leave a little space there so that, you know, it's like the shoulder part. And I'll do the other side. So now what I did was I drew a line coming straight up the center. And I'm going to establish where her neck is going to be. And I'm eyeballing here. I went a 1/2 inch on each side roughly. And when I went in and measured it, it was absolutely perfect. It came out to be 1 inch. So that was almost perfect right there. And so there's where her neck is going to be. So now I'm just going to smooth out the shape, give her a little rounded to the corners of her shoulders, and round out her hands so they look more hand-like. And then the same with her waist. I'm going to round it ever so slightly just to give her a little dimension. So now what I have left to do is the faces, and I'm going to make a template for that out of a piece of scrap. I'll draw a 3-inch by 2-inch oval on this, and I'll freehand it around as best I can. I would have liked to have used my oval template, but the unfortunate thing is my oval was just a little bit larger than my largest size within the template. So I did it freehand, and I think it came out pretty good. After that, I cut it out and drew in some placements for the eyes. I'm going to take a hole punch here, and I just punched a couple holes there just so that I can make sure that each of the girls have their eyes in the same spot. And I can trace this right onto the design, and we'll have our basic bodies. Now that I have my design all drawn out, I figure it would be easy for me to just draw it straight on the wood board now that I have all the measurements established. So I went ahead and started marking up my board with pencil lines, trying to be light and everything, and it just was, it didn't work well. What I should have done is I should have drawn it on the paper fully and then transferred it to the wood. What I ended up with were a bunch of these lines that, even though I tried to erase and I tried to clean up, they still, I had a hard time getting the paint to cover it. I had to do many more coats than I should have, and yeah, it's one thing that I would have done differently, would be to do all this sketching on paper and then use like a transfer paper to put it onto the wood. And now on to the painting. I'm starting with the faces and hands and mixing up a custom flush tone color. I'll put a listing of the paints that I used in the description, but usually when I'm painting, I just mix my own custom colors. I'm putting 2 coats on everything, letting it dry in between coats, and then I'll move on to the dress and the hair. Once the paint was dry, it's time to outline everything. In order to make sure that the eyes are in the correct position, I'm going to use that face template that I created earlier. I'm using a black Posca marker for all of the outlines. as a final touch, I'm putting a little bit of white catchlight in their eyes to make them gleam. And there you go. I think they came out adorable. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more content. Thanks so much for watching.